driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. One more share. There we go. Okay. Hello, my friends. Yeah, I know. Because I put it for 4:30, and it was supposed to be 4:45. I love this weather. This weather's awesome. We need it. We need it. It's a good day not to do shit. All right. Morning, Amber. Morning, Maylin. Man. Oh. Happy Friday. Oh, man. Get over it. Sometimes I make mistakes, and that's how it goes. And actually, if you go look at it, it says 4:40. It says 10:45. I'm gonna go look at it. Yep, it says 10:45. I changed it. Like, I'm just waking up, and my dyslexia is pretty bad. Just a heads up, I probably would not make fun of my dyslexia today. Just a heads up, because I'm in mood, and I'll poke back. I won't just take the joke. I'll take the joke. That's fine. But I will push back. I'll pull back today. Welcome, Daily Trudge. You weren't confused at all. Trust me, it was me. If you're here, please say hello. Whether you're watching live or the rewatch. I had it put at 10:30. I did, but it was supposed to be 10:45. So, and I changed it at about 10:30. So it wasn't you. All right. And then I think I did say 4:30 because I'm not awake. So, all right. We've done introductions. Let's get to it. Today we're going to be reading out of AA Comes of Age. Started out as Bill sees it. And it's out of AA Comes of Age, page 224. So if you have the book and you want to follow along, please feel free to. I don't know if everybody saw the announcement, but the new webpage will be out a week from today on September 1st. So 224 I'm going to start at the bottom paragraph. So when we first come into AA, we find here, as we have observed before, a greater personal freedom than any other society knows. We know we cannot be compelled to do anything. On AA Comes of Age. Yeah. You don't have to do anything in it. We're not going to make you do anything. No. We don't have time for that. We work with the willing. I can only work with the willing. If I have somebody that is not willing, I'm going to plant the seed, and then I'm going to tell them, I hope you have a nice day. I need to move on. That's what I'm going to do. Right? You have to be kind of selfish with your time. Okay? And we have greater personal freedom here than any other than anything out there. We have more personal freedom in AA than we do in the United States. That's for darn sure. Sure do. Our own government won't even let you decide your own higher power. No, they're not up for that. They don't want you to have choices. In that sense, this society is benign anarchy. The word anarchy has a bad meaning to most of us, probably because one of his excitable adherents long ago threw bombs around Chicago. Now we think of punk. Anarchy is probably a little different now, but anarchy is, like when a sports team wins and their town decides, or their fans decide to destroy the town. That's anarchy. It cannot be controlled. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. But I think that the gentle Russian prince who so strongly advocated the idea felt that if men were granted absolute liberty and were compelled to obey no one in person, they would then voluntarily associate themselves within a common interest. Alcoholics Anonymous is an association of benign sort of the prince envisioned. All right. I wonder how many times AA was called communism. Just because of that. Yeah, let me call it. It has nothing to do with communism. You're communists, you're Russians. Russian people. Do you ever stop to think maybe it's not the Russian people, maybe the government? Have we ever stopped to think that maybe there's a lot of people out there that really don't want to kill Americans, and did you ever think of that? That maybe these people just want to live their own fucking lives without us interfering with it? I don't know. What do you think? This kind of association among us is wonderful and free and simple and joyous. So far, so good. But we have found that this is not enough. When we had to go into action, to function as groups, we found that we had to become a democracy. As the old-timers retired, we began to elect our servants by majority vote. Each group, in this sense, became a town meeting democracy. Okay? So we cannot persuade you to do anything, but we need a democracy to say, no, this is kind of how it goes. Okay? And that's what kind of happened this last time around. We had a lazy set of people, and they decided not to pass it on. They decided to give up a lot of different things that belong to us because they didn't want to do it. Now it's, please raise your hand if you're willing to sponsor. Okay? Now we're here going, oh, no. Gen X is like, I don't fucking think so. Or at least any Gen Xer that has decided to actually do this work and get well instead of being in denial about every single thing in your life. Man, we got to get out of that shit. It's time for us to claim what is ours. If we don't do it, our grandchildren are going to have a very different life. When we first put our world service into effect, Dr. Bob and I and our old-time friends were self-appointed guardians and custodians of the society. We took it upon ourselves to provide services. I do not mean in any irreverent or exaggerated sense when I say that our setup of those days was sort of a double-headed papacy and a college of cardinals. Structurally, we had created a hierarchy of service. Yeah. So there's a hierarchy of service. The GSR is usually the person that leads. GSR, Group Service Representative. Okay. Next is usually probably the treasurer or the secretary. Okay. So when we go, and this is important why we must attend our group conscience. Okay. And I'm going to let you know, if you are failing to go to your group conscious, you're leaving out half of your recovery. You are. Okay? There's a service. That's where we go and we talk about what is best for the group. What's best for the group? Okay? Now, this time around, I have not been to any group consciouses where people started arguing and a bunch of bullshit happens. But be very careful. Okay? If you're newer, I would probably not recommend bringing up changes because they're going to shoot it down right away. There's a great chance we've already thought about that. No, there's a good chance for you to go and listen and maybe ask questions. Yeah, I was going to cover that. If there's a bunch of arguing, leave. That's not how we treat each other. No. I've seen things thrown across the room. I've seen entire groups destroyed because of power. Nobody has any power. The GSR is there to lead. That is their only job. They don't tell people what to do. In fact, everything is voted on. We all vote. Whenever something new comes to the group, we have to vote it in. Okay? That's going to take some discussion. It's going to take some hard discussion. It's going to take, okay, this is what it's going to take. And most people are passive aggressive. It has got to be assertive. What does that mean? It means you got to take your own fucking feelings out of it. That's when people start to argue. Well, no, I think it needs to be this way because that's what I think. You best have proof in pudding. You best know what you're talking about. Okay? You must have a very valid fucking reason. Very valid. Thank you. Yes, we are servants. Okay? God runs the meetings. That includes the group conscience. But we have learned that such hierarchy cannot forever float alone. It must now be connected to the great sea of democracy, all about it. Okay? We vote on certain things. So our GSR is supposed to go out to the GSR meetings, and then they attend the GSR meetings, and then they're supposed to come back with questions to us. Our meeting is not doing that. Why? I do not know. Because the GSR is supposed to be going out and doing that. Maybe because we are tied to we're also tied to an in-house meeting, right? I think we're done here. We're tied to an in-house meeting. And the in-house meeting will do sometimes they will do something because we pay half their rent. Okay. And I told our group conscious, I said, if we're going to pay, we get to play. See, like the 3 o'clock group, they put together lunch and speakers and things like that. But what they did not do is come to us and ask. We are paying for half their rent. We are doing most of the work. We're paying for our rent and their rent. Okay. We're doing that out of the goodness of our heart. Why not? What else are we going to do with the fucking money? Okay. Right. But it's only fair that we get included on that. Oh, but you guys are online. I don't fucking care. It's okay for us to pay, but because you guys don't want to put up cameras means you're not going to do that, right? Thank you, Amber. I love you. Take care. I'm wrapping up here anyway. I am. I'm all wrapping it up. Right? So what we're trying to do in those group consciousnesses is figure out what is best for the newcomer. See, the meetings are about newcomers. Even if it's not a newcomer meeting, it's still about the newcomer. It's always about the newcomer. right? And everybody gets a vote. It does matter. Remember, the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. Okay. Did you know that anybody could be a part of AA? If you just want a desire to stop drinking, that's all it is. It doesn't say you need to be an alcoholic. No, sure doesn't. There's a lot of people in AA. There's a lot of hiding people in AA. Okay. The other day we were doing 3 p.m. meeting. There were, well, it was four. See, Monday. How did I get 4 out of Monday? Monday I was doing the meeting, and there were 4. There were 4 nurses in there listening. We get those kinds of people. So, do your best to get to those meetings, recover out loud, and make sure you put in your vote, man. It fucking matters. If you don't understand something, ask. Hey, if people think your question is funny, leave. It's not for you anyway. Right? Any question somebody asks me, I take pretty fucking seriously. Sometimes they're joking. I take it seriously. But anyway. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out. And have a day.